All right. Picking back up, part 2, chapter 10. In addition, a LEX-A regulated DNA polymerase is expressed during the SOS response and is required for LAC plus adaptive mutation. Polymerase 4 has been assigned a biological role in adaptive mutation. Stress leading to double-stranded breaks promotes SOS induction, which upregulates polymerase 4. DSBs are repaired by recombination, which promotes replication and polymerase errors. Mutations form near sites of DSBs. It is theorized that poly 4 may make the errors that become adaptive mutation. The SOS response is induced in response to DNA damage or to the inhibition of DNA replication, which the pharaohs may be indicating by the idea that Ra is stopped by the serpent or comes to a halt. So Thoth, with his famous capacity for writing and wisdom, may also represent the activity of a polymerase that enables transcription or the word of the sun god to proceed past a UV-induced thymine dimer. As mentioned, the deceased king who crosses the sky with Thoth and Ra also becomes the polymerase that replicates past the damaged site. But if this is the scenario referenced by the funerary text, then what is the Egyptian meta symbol for the thymine dimer? The double thymine lion. Idea strand 61. Beware of the double lion. For DNA, maximum absorption of UV radiation occurs at 260 nm. UV damage creates a distortion or biochemical bump forced by an extra chemical bond between adjacent thymines. On the macrocosmic scale, we can compare this to the kinetic interchange or kink instability of magnetic reconnection that may be caused by UV irradiation at the cusp. On the microcosmic level, a thymine dimer also forms a kink in the double helix, affecting replication and transcription. Unless it is a polymerase that replicates past DNA damage, RNA or DNA polymerase cannot replicate past a thymine dimer unless it is repaired. Direct repair and excision repair systems are short-term responses. However, if there is extensive DNA damage, long-term systems involved for gap repair, recombination, and SOS repair. The idea that the replication for phage lambda and E. coli begins through recombination has been proposed by modern geneticists, and break repair induced replication is a way broken or stalled replications are repaired and restarted. In the interest of learning more about the Egyptian sign system, we could say that the deceased sun god Thoth is representative of the polymerase halting at the site of DNA damage, a thymine dimer. It may be possible that the text is referencing this when it states that a serpent will turn his eye against Ra and a stoppage will occur in the crew and a great astonishment in the voyage, and Seth will bend him with his hand. The deceased states, I prepare a path for Ra when he comes to a halt. Pursuing this idea, let's say that the thymine dimer is representative of the double lion, each line representing a thymine. In hour 5 of the Amduat, the deceased actually proceeds past the double lion in agreement with the non-local deceased's claim that he is the Razat Jah, and he is Thoth, who healed the sacred eye in the house of the double lion. This is further supported by the deceased's statement that the eye of Horus is complete, along with the statement that the deceased is complete and the double lion becomes faint, or the lion who went out with a bow. The text states the mansion of the double lion is on the north of the house of the mourning at the house of DWN-RNWY. On that night of stopping movements, along with Shu, the lion, the double lion will not grasp me. The deceased sun god is very aware of the secret paths of the double lion on which the gods fear to enter. Further, as for him who passes on the path, his foe will be felled and Apapis will be driven off. The path is prepared for Ra when he comes to a halt. In other words, the thymine dimer, or double lion, can bring a polymerase to halt, but not the deceased sun god, who may represent DNA polymerase 4, upregulated by the cell's SOS response to circumvent a thymine dimer. The deceased then makes this path through the valley, a great one who made a bright path for myself, and I will be allowed to pass. Because of UV damage from the sun, because the UV damage from the sun is common on Earth, the SOS response has evolved for gap repair. In SOS repair, a single-stranded gap, along with the presence of DNA degradation products, induce this system, which can replicate opposite thymine dimer. Error-prone to mutagenic replication is a dying cell's SOS to replicate past a region where the wild type sequence has been lost. And next time we pick up, we'll be on chapter 11. Appreciate it. Peace, kings. Peace, queens.